Hello friends, we're Lucy McConnell and Erica Penrod. We're authors and your hosts here at Angels Unscripted. This season, we're shifting gears and starting a new journey. We don't have it all figured out. We're writing and talking as we go. And we're inviting you into the stories behind the stories. We hope you'll come with us. This is season 3. Welcome to the ride. Hello and welcome to Angels Unscripted. I'm your host, Lucy McConnell, and I'm here with my friend, co-host, co-author, and co-conspirator, Erica Penrod. We are excited to have you here today. We are going to talk about something that has, that we need this week. We're talking about how much we actually need this podcast, so I'm very excited about this today. We're going to talk about It Is What It Is, Harvest the Good, and then forgive the rest.
I just realized I should have looked up to see whose quote that actually is.
Oh, do you want me to? Okay, you keep talking.
Yes.
I will Google.
Okay, so as I've been studying different books and just learning how to manage my thoughts and just, trying to be a better human, wanting to achieve all these beautiful things in life, I came across this quote. And it basically is how you can live your whole life. When anything happens, it is what it is. Harvest the good and forgive the rest.
You're not going to believe who said it.
Who said this?
Bob Proctor.
I don't think he did
He actually quotes his friend Michael Bernard Beckwith.
Yes. Yeah. I'm I know Bob Proctor said it, but I don't think it was his quote.
It was Michael Bernard Beckwith.
So. Okay, yeah. I'm I know Bob said it, but it was not his quote. But anyway, I have been really trying to apply that to everything, and it's oftentimes, like everything else, easier said than done.
Yep.
Like when things are going great, I'm like, yay, it's so easy,
I'm harvesting the good.
Yeah. And then when something happens, a circumstance happens that I'm not loving, then I have to be like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Harvest the good and forgive the rest.
Yeah.
And so I love that. I love it so much.
I know. Yeah. So this week,
and
we're both dealing with some medical situations. I have celiac, and so I sometimes get gluten and have massive stomach pain and things to deal with. And it hit me Saturday, and then Sunday I just powered through. And it's one of those things that I don't know if not eating helps or if eating the right thing helps. It's just kind of one of the, I'm like, should I eat a bunch of fiber and just clear it through my system so that I don't have to deal with it anymore? Or should I fast and let my body heal? I mean, it's just one of those things that I'm still trying to figure out. And so whatever I do, I just have to keep going and have to keep moving forward. And so I look at my body and I say, it is what it is.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
It's so amazing.
And my body can do amazing things. I can go really far. I can walk far. I can do, and it gets me through the day, and my brain is alert, and I have just it can do really amazing things. And so then I just have to forgive these times and let that go. So
well, I have the same issues, that I struggle with an autoimmune disease, but I want to touch on something that happened last week. I shared this story with you where this quote really came into play. My husband and I were trying to, we were getting a tough shed delivered to our home. Yeah. And so in order for that to happen, we needed to move our horse trailer. And our horse trailer has a living quarters on the front end of it and a big old extension cord that powers all of that. And so it is plugged into an extension cord, which plugs into the house to keep the batteries charged. Anyway, it was one of those days and evenings where you had a lot going,
I can see where this is going. Yeah. And I'm just...
And didn't I tell you this? I thought I did. Did
anyway, I? Keep going.
Yeah.
You're good.
Anyway, I'm sorry. I probably told you or thought I told you. Anyway, so he unplugs the extension cord, which I checked to make sure that he had unplugged the extension cord. And it was dark, and he's like, I'm just going to pull it straight up. Anyway, we talked about where to put the trailer. And I'm like, okay, great. And so he goes and does that, and I walk up to him. And I'm talking to him, and it's pretty dark at this point. Yeah. As we're walking down the driveway, we look and we see this long thing. And we're no. We thought it was a hose. You know, we're like, what is that? And then he's like, oh my gosh. While he unplugged the extension cord, he forgot to take the big electrical cord into the trailer, and it slides back inside and coils up.
What is the word?
I don't know.
Retracts.
Yes.
Inside. Yes.
And then you just tuck it into the trailer. Yeah. He had forgotten to do that. No. And so the wheels, it just ripped it out of the trailer. Like the inside the trailer.
Yeah. Like inside where it's supposed to retract
And
into.
It was one of those moments where he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. And I just said, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just harvest the good and forgive the rest. And while I said it, the inside of me is freaking out and like, this is so not what we need right now. But at the same time, I had the thought of we had been having a few electrical issues in the trailer. We'd had it in the shop before, but they still weren't resolved. So we actually were going to contact them again before we go to this next show and have them look at the trailer again. And I said, you know what? It's fine. Yeah. We wanted to have the trailer looked at anyway. And now it's going to be thoroughly looked at. So, and it was funny because me doing that, he was able to be like, oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. I'm like, it's not great. But it is what it is. Let's just move on. And then we kind of chuckled about it. And I'm like, it could have been a lot worse. And he's like, like we just, but that saying really works. It's not that it makes it easy in that moment because it's still hard to kind of that hurts a little bit. But
also what it stopped you from doing, and I don't know if you would be lashing out at him and or him lashing out at you in this moment. Like it stopped the two of you from taking your frustrations out on each other, which is big in a relationship.
It is huge.
Yeah. Because I think when you do something like that, you're expecting to get in trouble. But I think adulting, should be a point where you're not getting in trouble anymore. You're living with consequences. You still have consequences. You guys still got to get it fixed and looked at and whatever. But that getting in trouble, you should grow out of that. I feel like.
It goes back to responding instead of reacting. And I feel like just having that quote in my mind as something to go grab onto immediately gives me that pause in the circumstance in the moment to kind of be like, okay, it is what it is. And it gives me a chance to respond instead of react.
Yes.
I'm not always great at it. No. I mean, that just happened to be a moment that I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Let's just move on from this. And we loaded up the trailer and took it in. And actually, we just got it back today. And it's all repaired and ready to go. So, awesome. And then turns out we needed a new converter anyway. So,
hey. You're like, they would have
had to do anything,
we just
repairs
gave them a reason to get in there good.
It actually worked out well. And then we had another situation where I had called you because I didn't get horse stalls in time for this next show. And I called them and they were like, because I wasn't expecting it to be a busy show for this weekend. It's hot. It's in a hot location. My girls won't even go. And so I hadn't got stalls reserved. And then we called them and they said, we don't have any covered. We only have uncovered. And it's just too hot to let the horses stand out there. So I'm like, okay, it is what it is. Let's harvest the good. Okay, we can go down there. We were talking about different scenarios. I reached out to
Driving back and forth,
just trying to figure out if I knew somebody else that had some stalls. And then I was like, well, if we don't go down there and stay the whole time, I can do this at home. And then I was like, you know what? If we're supposed to go or if we're supposed to stay, it's all going to work out. And just having that mentality of it is what it is. Just harvest the good and forgive the rest. And then the next day I got a phone call. Oh, we had a cancellation. Here's your stalls. And so I feel like when you can really do that, you attract such good things into your life.
For real.
It is so much better than getting upset. Isn't it?
It is.
I don't love staying down in that.
I don't either.
Low vibration.
And the longer I live, the less energy I want to put into being angry about things.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
It's just, it is. Yeah. So we had one of my son's friends was over and I can't tell you how many times these kids have played baseball in my yard. Hundreds of thousands of times. Especially these two. right? Mm-hmm. So he comes over, and mind you,
with a real baseball?
With a real baseball and a real bat and a real, like...
You're brave.
Well, I mean, it's been fine. Yeah. Like, we've never had an issue. So he comes over and he picks up a golf club that they had been doing some golf something or other out there. Again, golf balls, golf clubs, no big deal. Like, it just has... We've never had a problem. And now these kids, quote unquote kids, are 22. Mm-hmm. So somehow he swings and lets go of the club, and it flies through the air and goes through my front window over here. And I was in my room, and I heard this like tinkling glass sound. And we've broken enough glass in the kitchen, I thought. And my husband was in there doing dishes, and I thought, oh no, did he
drop a glass or something?
I go running out. I'm like, are you okay? He's like, I'm fine. Why? Like, I swear I heard glass break. Did you break something? He's like, no. Uh-huh. And so I went back in my room. Well, a couple minutes later, my two sons come in, and they're pushing their friend in front of them, and they're like, you tell her. Like,
shoot.
And he's like, I broke your window. And I burst out laughing. Yeah. Because I'm looking at these grown men basically pushing their friend in front of them. You tell mom. You tell mom. And honestly, at this point, nothing I could do would fix the window.
Right. It is what it is.
Yelling at this kid is not going to fix the window.
Yeah.
Like, getting upset at anything. I just laughed because they were all so terrified. And I can only imagine the moment when that thing went through the window and they all just sat and stared.
Yeah.
And I don't know how long they talked outside about who was going to come and tell me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I burst out laughing. And then out of relief, they all start laughing.
Yeah.
And so then my husband walks in the room, and he's like, what are we laughing about? And the kid goes, oh, I broke your window. And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Like, why is this funny?
All of a sudden, like, went dead silent. And I was like, is what it is. Yeah. It is what it is. There is nothing I can do, no amount of anger I can spend on this moment that is going to change that situation. And so it was just and
as you said that, I thought how critical in this quote is the very beginning. It is what it is. Because if you just said, okay, no matter what happens, just harvest the good and forgive the rest.
You have to recognize
there's part of you that is like, no, I don't want to see the good in it. But when you, something about saying it is what it is. Yes. And it is like, oh, it is what it is.
I can't change it.
Like, and it
I couldn't magically repair that window.
I don't know what it is about that phrase that just brings that moment of like, okay, I can respond to this situation instead of reacting. And I love that. So today's quote of the week.
Quote of the week. Work on
or should be quote of the year, I think. What have we been doing this? A year and a half. And it's still, I go back to it daily. It's one of the best things that I've learned. Yeah. So it is what it is. Harvest the good, forgive the rest. No matter what happens, use this. And it's a game changer.
It is a game changer. Like I said, the energy that you can put into other things when you're not mad all the time. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah. And just quickly to tie it into writing. How do you think you use this quote?
You know what? Okay.
With writing.
Have you ever gotten an edit back from an editor?
Yep.
That just leaves you in pieces?
Yep.
It is what it is. Harvest the good and forgive the rest.
I love that. Look at you. I put you on the spot and you did it. Like, that is so true. That is what a great place. Like, I know. I'm like, really, this quote applies to everything.
It really does. Yeah.
So that's the good thing about this. So I challenge you to use it this week. See what happens. And
see how it changes your life.
See if it adds some peace to your life. And that's what we're all looking for.
And maybe you'll end up laughing about things a lot more.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us this week. We're so grateful to have you here. Please like and subscribe, share the podcast with your friends, and help other people find it. And we're grateful for you. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week.
See you next week.